Aloha friends, welcome back. My name is Maria Emmerich and I'm a nutritionist who specializes in the ketogenic diet. I've been helping people for over 20 years on my website. You can check out at ketomaria.com. And I have my hat on because I just got off my bicycle. I had to bike to the store to pick up chicken breast because I made homemade deli meat the other day and I couldn't wait to share this video with you. It's really easy. You gotta try it. And many of you know I have really great recipes from about 15 years ago. The protein noodle lasagna, my enchiladas, I have zero carb protein chips. What are some of the other ones? I can't remember, but they use deli meat. I've done like a Mexican lasagna, a white lasagna. They use deli meat, which used to be good. There was some quality brands out there, and now even Applegate has added like tapioca starch and potato starch and just ingredients I don't love and I don't want. So I made homemade deli meat and it's better than any brand I've ever tried. Okay, so for the things that you need, it's 2 ingredients. That's all I used. Chicken breasts, and I use Redmond, their smoke salt. They do a smoke salt I helped them create, and it's absolutely amazing. I've always liked smoked deli meat anyway. You could use something different like their seasoned salt or just plain salt, but their smoked salt is just salt that's been smoked, so it's totally carnivore if you are carnivore, which is awesome. And then you're gonna want, this is a meat press. A meat press, I think it was like $29 on Amazon. I'll have the link below. It's totally worth it. I have a large pot of water boiling or coming to a boil, and you want a thermometer because you want to cook it to 155, and that's when you know it's going to be done. I'm going to cook it for about an hour in that water. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up chicken and I'm going to put it into a blender. You want a blender or a food processor, either one works. So I'm just going to start cutting it up into smaller chunks and then toss it in my blender. And I'm going to do this in 2 batches, otherwise I'll overfill the blender. Most likely you want 2.5 pounds of chicken per 1 tablespoon of salt. So if you only have 2 pounds of chicken, maybe 3/4 of a tablespoon of salt. So we're gonna toss that on in there. And I'm like dead serious when I say this is better than any store-bought deli chicken. And what is going on? Why do they have to add all this starch to it? I don't get it. Does it make it last longer? I don't know, I suppose. Oh, be aware. Make sure that you either eat this up within a few days or freeze it, because it's not like the store-bought stuff that will last for a long time in there. But I have to thank my friend Aubrey. Aubrey I met on my Greece trip. She came to my keto trip to Greece this past September, and we made such good friends. They came to visit us in Maui, her and Vito, and we were just talking about deli meat. She's like, I'm gonna make my own. And so then we were on this huge like texting thing, like talking about making our own homemade deli meat, and she's just like, yeah, it takes a little bit of work, but it is so good. And so thank you, Aubrey, for bringing this to my attention. My dog's at my foot asking for scraps. You don't want this, Bella. It's chicken. She does like chicken though. All right, so now that this is in there, I'll do a 1/2 tablespoon of the smoked salt in there. Oh, I shouldn't put that in there. Where is my tablespoon? I'm gonna have to use a regular spoon. 1/2 tablespoon of that. And then we're gonna puree that up. Okay, so here's the blender. I'm not in love with this kitchen. It's really small, that's why I have to cut. It's not like my home kitchen. But anyway, blender, and you're gonna puree this up. It's gonna be all ground up. I can show you. It's going to be like this. So That's what it's like. It's kind of like a chicken puree. It's not ground chicken, it's more of a puree, and I'm gonna repeat that with the next batch. Okay, so we have our meat press, our ground chicken, and I even have some finished that I made the other day. And we have some sub bread over here to make a sub. But I'm going to place all of this into the meat press. Keep pressing it down, otherwise you'll have little holes, which is fine. But there we go. And it's kind of hard to get the top on. If you fill it all the way, I might have to take a little bit out. So once we have that, we have, oh, where'd it go? It's in the, okay, so here's the top, and you just kind of thread it through these 3 holes on the bottom, like that. And then you press that on the top. And here's the actual top, and it will seal down, but you have to really get your back into it. Come on. Ugh. There we go, come on. Craig, I might need your help. There, it's kind of sealed. I'm gonna fix that and put it in the water. So once the water's boiling and you have your meat filler, meat press filled, what should I call it? You're gonna put that in the water. And it doesn't have to go over it. I was worried it wasn't gonna cook it, but it totally cooked it. And you're gonna let the water boil, simmer on a low boil for, it's gonna take about an hour. It depends on how fast it's gonna cook. Mine took an hour. This is why you want the meat thermometer, because you want to make sure it's cooked, and we're going to make sure it's totally cooked through after an hour. So we'll come back in a little bit. Now in the middle of boiling you might lose a lot of water, and I don't think it has to be all the way up, but I'm just doing this just in case to have it make sure to cook everything. It does not have to go over it, just to be clear, but I'm gonna keep the water full. Okay, so once it simmers for an hour, you're gonna remove it from the water, or like remove the heat, and you're gonna open it up, and you wanna turn your thermometer on, and you will test the temperature and bring it to 150 degrees. And sure enough, we have that. So I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to put this in the fridge for at least 10 hours or overnight. But you want to make sure that it's in there for at least 10 hours. Okay, my friends, it's been 10 hours, and we have the chilled deli meat in there, and I'm just going to take a knife and kind of rim the top to get it out. They give you plastic bags, but never cook things in plastic, people. And whoop, there we go, our deli meat. And if you have a meat slicer, you can slice it thin. My meat slicer didn't come yet, so I'll grab a knife. Let's wish I had it. Shoot. But check it out, deli meat. Oh, perfect. Deli meat, you could make a sandwich with my protein sparing bread, and you have a delicious lunch packed with protein in no time. Oh my gosh, my friends, look what just came, my meat slicer. So you can slice it with a knife, I showed you how to do that, or you can get one of these babies, and it was on sale for $99. If you're like me and you cook a lot, it's all good. So it is a little bit thicker than I'd want, Craig, but it's all right.
Suggest it.
Make it thinner?
Yep.
Yeah, see how thick this is? Oh, a little
Okay,
thinner.
so don't push on it.
I'm not.
There you go.
Okay, so we made it a little thinner. And now, oh yeah. Oh, this is awesome. Look at that, it's perfect. So I'm gonna keep doing this, but then I'm gonna make a protein sparing bread sandwich with the sub sandwich. Check it out in a minute. Okay, so here is another finished loaf that was in the fridge overnight. And this one, I think it's gonna not be too overcooked. The other one was overcooked, but it was still delicious. This one, I think, was perfecto. So I'm going to just run a knife around the inside to loosen it. Yeah. Again, they give you plastic bags, so I just don't wanna. Never heat in plastic, friends. I don't know why those like slow cooker bags, those just gross me out. But I know people who use them in my family. Let's see, does that come out? Nope. Okay, so it took a hot minute to get that out, but it's all good. And I noticed Craig's drone in the background, his drone for his whales. If you haven't checked out his YouTube, it's all about nature and the whales. It's awesome. Turn this baby on. Go this way. And you just slice it to whatever thickness you want, and you have deli meat. I think this is just my new favorite gadget. I say I'm not a gadget girl, but I guess I am. Love it. And this time you can tell I packed it down more in the beginning, and so I don't have the holes that I have in that first batch. So just a friendly tip, pack it down.
Sit. Spin.
She loves it more than anything she's ever had. You like it, Bee? Nom nom. Nom nom. Okay, we have it. We have the thinly shaved deli meat. And I'm gonna cut this in half. We'll just make a half of a one. But if you haven't made this bread, like, look at how perfect that is. It's super soft, super delicious. We'll cut this down the middle here. Yeah, look at that. It's perfection. And Kai likes mustard, so we'll do some mustard. There we go. And then we'll lay the deli meat in here. And do you want cheese, Kai?
Yeah, I love cheese.
I know you love cheese. You're from Wisconsin, right? Do a nice layer. If you cook it above that 155-degree temp, it's going to get a little bit hard on you. It'll still taste good though. Do some cheese like this. And then a sprinkle of some lettuce. And Kai's going to say, "What do you think, I'm a rabbit?" And let's go see if Kai will eat it.
Steam.
Aloha, Kai. How
Hi.
are you?
Good.
Good. I made you a sandwich
Yeah.
with all your favorites. You want to try it?
Yeah, I'm gonna try it. And here, just like crumble it on.
Have you ever heard of Subway?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, try it. It's a big bite. What do you think?
So good.
So good. You like mustard.
Yeah.
What do you think of this meat?
Really good.
What do you think we should make next? Bologna?
Bologna.
Because you don't like ham, do you?
Yeah.
What do you want to tell people? Cook with your kids. Cook with your kids, everybody. Mahalo. If you want to change your life like I've changed mine with food, I would be honored to help you. Many of you don't know that I was twice my size. I had acid reflux. I had PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. I had depression. I had IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome. And food changed my life. And not only did that happen, I get to eat good food, right? Good food. So if you want to eat good food, I have perfected meal plans made by me and personal help with supplements or modifications if you have Hashimoto's, if you have Graves, if you have IBS, if you have PCOS, contact me. I would be honored to help you. You can go to keto-adapted.com and find a lot of different options there for personalized help, or message me by commenting below on this YouTube video, or you can check me out at mariamindbodyhealth.com. Mahalo.